Hey, what's up guys? Just want to make this informational video real quick, upgrading my Shimano XT cranks to these 5 dev cranks. I didn't see any other videos posted on YouTube, so went ahead and made this video. Hopefully this helps you guys out. This is also a short snippet of a much longer video where I'm upgrading my cranks from the 175 that's on here down to 165. So get through this video, hopefully help you guys out, and then after that, if you guys want to learn more about these specific cranks, I'll leave that video link at the end. So here goes everything you're gonna need to accomplish this task. You're gonna need those 5 dev cranks, obviously. You're gonna need a SRAM dub bottom bracket because the Shimano bottom bracket that's on your Shimano XT or your Shimano cranks is not gonna fit that spindle right there. This is a larger diameter spindle. You're also gonna need a chain ring that will be able to mount up to these 5 dev cranks right there. And you're gonna need the required tools to be able to remove that bottom bracket and just your basic mechanic tools as well. You're gonna need some grease, some sort of a grease to be able to grease that thing up, and then some shop gloves if you want those to prevent your hands from getting all greasy. And I've never upgraded my cranks before. I've never swapped out my bottom bracket, so if I can do this, you guys can too. So without further ado, let's get this upgrade started. All right, so first start by removing these pedals, and remember, pedals always rotate away from the front tire to loosen. So I just use my weight like that, pop those off. Guess may as well drop the chain while we're down here. Not gonna want this thing getting in our way, right? All right, get that 5 mil in there. Loosen these pinch bolts. And then freaking Shimano in their infinite wisdom, you know, has this specialty bolt right here that requires you to buy an additional wrench to be able to get that thing out. Now I've heard of other people just using their finger to be able to loosen that, but that thing ain't. Oh, you can just use your finger. Well, I guess you didn't need the specialty tool, but I don't get why Shimano doesn't just go ahead and have, you know, an 8 mil Allen or something right there like the rest of the bike companies do. You can see right here, this little specialty tool I got fit right in there and help you remove that preload bolt right there. Now that I got that preload bolt out of there, these cranks should slide off, right? Maybe. These things might need just a little bit of a love tap here. Let's see. There we go. All right, got that side off. Now let's go ahead and see how hard it is to get this rest of this crank out of here. Not too bad. Came right on out. All right, now it's time to get this threaded bottom bracket out of here. I wonder if I'm gonna have to remove the chain guide. So I got this Shimano direct mount bottom bracket tool. I also bought one of these cheaper kind of multi-purpose bottom bracket wrenches right here. So we'll go ahead and try and get this done. Yeah, that doesn't even fit right there, so I don't know what the hell I was ordering. Fucking idiot. All right, let's try this wrench. Let's see if this thing got ordered in the right size. I'll throw a link in the description for all the stuff I got, but it looks like this tool right here is gonna fit that. Let's see if this tool fits the SRAM dub bottom bracket that I'm gonna have to install in here. Let's see. Oh, looks like it fits. Fits that as well, okay. But this bash guard is getting in the way a little bit of me being able to get this thing locked on there, so. All right, so I started to make a mistake right there. Both sides of this fit on there. This side right here actually locks in on it, so just be careful. Look for those teeth right there. Make sure those teeth are locking in all the way around the bottom bracket. Oh, it's going. We got movement, people. Switching it around to the other mount, filming yourself. A lot of work goes into filming these videos, people. If you guys have made it this far, smash that like, use the links in the description, help the channel out, or let me know if you think this video sucks and I need to get better. Really wish that I would have ordered the right socket so I could have just been ratcheting this thing off. That's got a spacer on that side of it right there. So I'll pay close attention to that and notice that the threaded bottom bracket was spaced out on this chainring side. So I'll keep that right there next to it just to kind of remind me. So when I put the other one in, I'll add a spacer to that side of it. I still don't know if this chain guide bash guard is going to line up perfectly with the chain ring once I get that new bottom bracket and crankset installed. Be careful with this tool. It'll scratch the crap out of your paint on your bike. This thing has no love for those fancy paint jobs. But it's an Enduro bike, right? So the thing should be a little bit scratched up unless you're some prima donna riding this thing on cross-country trails. And on this side, there was no spacer. The chain ring side, there's a little plastic spacer right there. So pay attention to that. But we got that out. It's time to get this thing all cleaned up. Get the new bottom bracket installed. And this new SRAM bottom bracket, you can see it comes with a bunch of different spacers inside there. And as I pointed out, the chainring side of the Shimano one had that little spacer right there. So I got the old bottom bracket right here. You can see I'm just kind of looking at the height that is. Lines up perfectly with the height of that one. So I know that these things will be sticking out of the bike about just as far when I install it. And then when I look at the drive side, I can see that that has that spacer there. So I want to include one spacer on the SRAM dub bottom bracket. If I could talk, I don't know if you guys can see that, but those things look like they're pretty even to me. So now it's just time to go ahead and throw some grease inside these threads, greasing everything up really good as I put this bottom bracket in, and then be really careful when I'm threading that bad boy in there to make sure it's not cross-threading. So don't be an idiot like me. Look at the SRAM dub bottom bracket and you'll see that this one actually has a left for left side, the other side, not like the side I'm trying to install it right now. And that's why I was being extra careful. Make sure I didn't freaking cross-thread this thing in there. Which then brings me back to that spacer and which side the spacer should go on. So if this is the right side, then I actually should have had the spacer on this side right here. All right, let's try this one again. Much better, jackass. And then this is where that other side of the wrench comes into play. So one side of this spanner wrench right here is for Shimano, other side for SRAM dub, which you can see it's locking right in there to the teeth. And then these things do call, it says on there 50 Newton meters, but I don't have a torque wrench, so I'm just gonna do my best to get that thing nice and tight in there on both sides. All right, that should be good. All right, now it's time to finally get these 5 dev cranks ready to install. Got these bolt and washer kits. That's all that comes in the box. And you got this chain ring, 3mm offset. That was critical for my bike, that I found out the right offset, standard offset, but 3mm offset, knowing the right offset for that chain ring. So we'll see if that lines up with that chain guide that I got on there in that bash guard. This chain ring goes that way. All right, now it's time to get that spindle installed. This thing already comes nice and pre-greased for you, and I don't think it matters which way this thing goes in there. And then you just need to get the old handy 8mm and thread it in there. Once again, being gentle with that, making sure I don't cross thread anything. And these things, it calls for 40 Newton meters, it says right there, so that's gonna be quite a bit. I'll get it just tight enough by hand right there, and then we'll grab the torque wrench out for that. And it's time to lube this bad boy up, throw it in the bike, and finally get this job done. Start tightening this bad boy down. So got that thing torqued down, but you can still see there's that play in there. Rotate down that lock washer. Don't want to over tighten that thing, right? Just to get the play out of there, that's all that's for. Come on, chain guide. Hopefully it fits. Nope. That's hitting, isn't it? Yeah, that's off on that chain guide. See, there's some little washers back behind that thing, so I should be able to just remove those washers, reinstall it, and then it'll fit. Washer. Oh, this is gonna work, people. This is gonna work. Got it lined back up perfectly now. All right, now we just got a couple washers, a little bit of grease, get these pedals back on there, and we're ready to ride, people. So that wasn't too hard installing those. A little bit of a pain being able to get the right tools, having to change out your bottom bracket, getting everything set up. If you guys have a chain guide like that, getting that aligned back on there. But you know, for a rookie mechanic like me, I got it done. So hopefully this video helped you guys out if you're thinking about switching from your Shimano cranks to the set of 5 devs like these. Go ahead, leave a comment below if you guys got any questions, and if you've made it this far, you guys need to check out some of those other videos I've made about this bike.